No, but hit it now because it'll give it a 3, 2, 1 countdown. Actually, give me the 3, 2, 1 countdown.
Okay, checking connection. You're now live.
Oh, all right. There we go. All right. We're going live here. 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Adam Carswell, and welcome to another amazing episode of Dream Chasers. Before we get started today, just want to say this is our first time doing it this way, and what I mean by that is we're live on Instagram right now. We are doing video for the first time, and most importantly, we're interviewing a Canadian, in my opinion, an Islander, a Newfoundlander here. We got the flag up in the background, and Mr. Austin Chambers, the CEO, I should say, of Elevate, correct?
Yes, sir. Yep. Thank you for having me, man. It's an honor.
Good to have you here. And I should also say we have our first live audience too, Brandon Collins, who's holding the Instagram live. Thank you, Brandon. And then his brother, of course, Michael Collins, also known as Crazy Trini. Big public figure here in St. John's.
Legend himself.
Yeah. So great support. And now, more importantly to our guest today, Austin Chambers. I almost said Austin Rivers. Austin, like I mentioned, is the CEO of Elevate, which is a clothing brand, line, apparel. How would you describe it?
Elevate is it's a clothing brand that's geared towards kind of inspiring people to be the best version of themselves. That's kind of, I feel like, the best way of describing it. But we do a lot more than just sell sweaters. We try to do a lot of community-based activities. We host events. We do a lot of like sports training with younger kids and stuff like that. So really, it's just a movement. We're trying to touch as many people as possible and kind of like spreading our message.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I have to say that's also part of the reason why I was like, dude, Austin, we got to get you on Dream Chasers because started following on Instagram about a week ago, and you were talking to your followers or to the community about, hey, anyone in high school need volunteer hours? I see you've been working on basketball camps with the kids here.
Oh yeah.
Really someone who I feel like I can relate. Like I love that stuff, but the other funny thing is the nightlife here in St. John's is great, and really that was the only way until recently that Austin and I got to know each other. So
and it's funny because I basically never go out, so it was just good luck, I guess.
Right. And so you normally just don't put those two things together, but now I've really gotten to know Austin, and so we're gonna have a good time today. Speaking of Elevate, I can't remember if I don't think we said this yet, but how long have you been running your company?
So that's it's almost a difficult question to answer. And the reason for that is there was a lot of stages of development for the company. I would say the first time I ever started a business was in 2014. And that was just me doing basketball training with my younger brother. And then his friends wanted to join. And I was like, hey, this could be a business. That's kind of how I started. There was no logo at the time. There was no clothing at all. It was just literally working with this group of kids. And then as time, I guess, word of mouth traveled about how the basketball training was going and stuff like that. And I was like, I should probably, get a logo or something to kind of represent this group. Created the Elevate logo, which you guys, my camera can see here. I posted that on social media. And then a lot of people started reaching out to me asking for clothing with the logo on it, which I was very surprised by. I was like, because there was people here that were asking, and I was like, this is something that I normally just do in Ontario with my brother and his friends. So I was really surprised that people here, kind of wanted to represent it. And I guess that's just because, of course, along with that post, I had a nice little motivational caption. And I guess people just kind of gravitate towards the message. But that's kind of how Elevate started. So we started in 2014 officially, became a clothing brand end of 2017.
Perfect. All right. That leads me to my next question. Mm-hmm. We're going to step into the next level chamber now.
Okay.
When did you first realize, and it sounds like you kind of shared it there for a second, but When did you first realize that this company was something that you wanted to take to the next level?
Yeah, definitely was 2017. I mean, as I kind of mentioned before, 2014 we started. I made the logo about 2 years later, 2016. Friends only were asking for clothing with it. But after 2016, and all my friends were wearing it, then other people that I didn't know at all started being like, hey, can I get one of those sweaters? And I was like, I guess I really have something here. So 2017, I actually made what's known now as the Elevate Canada Instagram page, Elevate_Canada. And that's when things really started to pick up. People that I didn't know at all started asking me for the clothing, which was, even to this day, it kind of blows my mind a little bit because I'm just like, it's almost surreal that people that I have no personal connection with still resonate with like some of the things that we try to put out there. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah. So that's interesting to me as well, because I would say I'm not doing it primarily, but one thing I have is also a clothing line or apparel.
Okay. Oh,
and,
nice.
Yeah, Brent, our camera guy's wearing it there.
Well, I was actually wondering because I saw both you and Michael were wearing it. I was like,
IX, yeah.
I need to get one of those shirts.
Oh, we definitely got to get you one now. And what I found is once you, for example, you said once you flip the switch with the Elevate Canada page,
yes.
it was just like, whoa.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I don't know what that is, but I've seen that happen with other clothing lines. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say the reason, I feel like a big reason for why that happened is, up until that point, basketball training was still the main part of what we did. So everything I had posted on the other social media pages was just about, yes, I had the messages there, but it was always in connection with the basketball training. So the reason I made the Elevate_Canada page is to kind of distance it from just the basketball and making it more about life itself. And I think that's when most people were like, oh, like I can represent this. It's not just about, a game. It's about life in general. So that's kind of how I feel like it started to take off.
Yeah. And another thing that you've done a great job with, so I've been living here roughly since May. We're recording this in October. Everyone and their mom is starting an apparel clothing line now, right?
Yes. Yep.
And even when I started doing it, I'm like, oh man, everyone I know is making a brand right now. But at the same time, it's like, you know what, just do it.
Of course.
I think you've done a really good job of definitely making yours stand out. I'm starting to learn more why I'm seeing it, and it's making sense.
Yep.
So you do see everyone listening, you see the Elevate brand, especially around this town. What do you think is the main, one of the main reasons to success in people wanting to support this brand?
That's a really good question. Branding is huge, right? Because as you mentioned, a lot of people have clothing brands, but you have to think, how can I connect with people? Why can I make people want to represent this? There has to be a meaning behind the brand. Yes, the logo looks great, but if it was only about the logo, why is that random person walking down the street over there going to want to buy this if they don't actually know who I am, right? You have to attach something to the brand. I think that's what's really important.
And so to me, what you've attached to it is a lot of what you just shared. And again, I think working with the younger community, you got a lot of kids wearing your brand, so they're going to be wearing Elevate potentially for life. Now that you've made that impact,
that'd be nice. That'd definitely be nice.
Who are some other individuals in the St. John's community here that you've had a good time, partnering with or working with? It could be a club, it could be memorial.
Yeah. I don't know.
Don't want to play favorites? Or?
Exactly. That's literally what it is. I definitely do try to work with people as much as possible, where it makes sense.
Well, let's put it that way. Who do you prefer to work? If anyone watching right now wants to partner up or work with you,
I'll just say shoot me a message. I'm really open to that stuff. If you want to work with me, shoot me a message. Of course, it has to make sense. If the things that you represent don't reflect what Elevate represents, then it kind of doesn't make sense. I can be picky in that sense, but I'm open to talking to anybody with ideas, and wherever it works, I'm down. I really do enjoy working with people.
Right. Well, I think that's another important thing that I found. For me, I'd say the IX brand at large is you get people approaching you with ideas and ways that you should do this, you should do that. Hey, we can do this. And if it doesn't align with your ethics or your morals, then to me, that's one of the most important things. And I think you could probably relate where,
absolutely.
For example, we're doing Spicy Sundays at Trinity Pub now, which is, again, it's a little bit of the nightlife. However, I know my portrayal of this event is something that I want to be classy. And so you're never going to see straight up booty shaking pictures on the page, right? So you have to make sure people understand
100%. I'm really glad you brought that up, actually, because you just said that you go through yourself too, where everyone kind of has an opinion, you should do this, you should do that. As the business owner, you have to be selective in what you do. You can't do everything, and because if you try to do that, you're not going to really have true people that support you unless they're supporting you personally, right? So I will just say to all the people that have hit me up with ideas and stuff, and I haven't done it, it doesn't mean that I don't think it's a good idea. Doesn't mean that I don't like you as a person or something. It's just there's a lot of strategy that goes into running a business.
Mm-hmm. And you've got a solid team.
Shout out to my team.
I've gotten to know a lot of people from your team.
Shout out to my team.
So speaking of shout out to the team, it's time for the shout outs. Like who do we got to show some love to?
Huge shout out to Samantha Owl. Samantha is amazingly kind, helpful, smart person. Shout out to Christopher Cody as well. Also amazingly kind, smart person. Those two have been with me from the start. Shout out to Cassandra Colbert. Shout out to Taylor Doyle. I don't want to even go down the list because I'm afraid I'm gonna.
Don't forget. JJ Coop,
oh, yeah, of
right?
Of course. Shout out to JJ Coop, man. Shout out to Liam Kelly. Shout out to Doris Lewis. There's I mentioned earlier that I love working with other people, and I've been blessed where a lot of people support what Elevate's trying to do and that have helped me out along the way. Like the list is actually really long, and that's why I'm kind of I don't want to keep trying to list people because I know I'm going to forget a couple names. And that's not because I don't appreciate what they do. It's just because I've just been really, really blessed to have such an amazing group of people that kind of rally behind me. So even if I didn't say your name right now, that doesn't mean that I don't appreciate you. It's just
yeah.
It's a long list, and I'm forever grateful. Forever. Seriously.
Yeah. And so this is another thing that we didn't really get to speak about yet, but
sure.
you're still finishing up your degree. You're going to be done soon.
Yep.
Which is perfect. I mean, I don't know if I've ever actually met anyone who's still, technically a college student building a business like this before. So you really almost, depending on what direction you want to go, might just be able to continue doing this when you're done with school.
Oh, that's 100% what I plan to do. 100% without a doubt. It was much tougher before because when I was first starting, even back in 2017, where I was really deciding to push the clothing brand, I was a full-time student and I was also playing varsity basketball for the Memorial Seahawks. So my time was I was always doing something. Right. It was crazy. So now, yes, I'm still a student, but I'm only part-time right now. I'm going to be part-time this semester, part-time next semester, then I'm done. And then it's full force Elevate, which I'm so excited about.
And we forgot to mention this too. You said you're from Ajax, Toronto, or I'm sorry, not Ajax, Toronto, yes. Ajax, Ontario, close to Toronto.
Yep.
I mean, what's it like coming from Ajax to here? I know for me, it's been a few cultural shocks.
It's funny. Ajax, in a way, is really similar to St. John's in that it's close to Toronto, but it's still a suburb, so it's not as hectic all the time. So the lifestyle is a little bit similar in terms of how busy it gets and stuff like that. The biggest difference I've found is with the people. Mm-hmm. Of course I love Ajax. I love all the people that I know in Ajax, but I find that in general, people here are just so kind and just, their initial reaction is always to treat you with kindness. And that's something I absolutely love about Newfoundland. And that's why I don't know if or when I'm going to leave, man, because I actually love the people here. There's so much, I'm being so serious. I actually love the people here. They're amazing.
I agree. I mean, that's pretty much what happened to me. Again, we're still just getting to know each other. Yeah. But I moved here thinking I was going to pursue this digital nomad life, which in a sense we're still doing. Yep. But I thought I'd be out of here by now onto another country, maybe coming back. Yeah.
I did too. I didn't, when I first landed here, my intention was to do my years and then go elsewhere. But man, the people just sucked me in, man.
Yeah, great people. I made a joke about this the other day, and gotta say this just because it is funny. So St. John's in general, especially if the university wasn't here, it would just be a very, in a way, friendly but plain white town, and that's not how. I feel like, hey, I'm white and black, so I'm gonna say whatever I want right here. But this is just a message to really. Some of the great women here that we've met in St. John's, I've said this to them, is you guys are the whitest black girls I have ever met in the entire world. Right? Yeah. I don't know where that comes from.
Me either, but
I guess you got to come here to. I can't believe I just said that on Dream Chasers. You guys got to come visit here. It's so it's just a unique place. And again, to validate what you said, it gets really cold, but I mean the people are great.
Yeah, that's the most important, man.
Absolutely. I'm thinking about it now because we're here in the studio and we've got some games over here that maybe we'll play Mario Kart after this. I don't know.
Cool.
How do you how do you enjoy your time? Do you play Mario Kart?
Oh man, I am not a video game guy. I am very much a workaholic, and I'll fully admit that. I embrace that. I'm very much a workaholic. I'm always doing like 90% of the time doing something elevator related. And that's just because I enjoy it. So like it is, even though it's my work, it's also my pleasure as well.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'm a workaholic, man. I don't really play much video games. Don't own a system. Don't have cable. I watch Netflix from time to time, of course. But I mean, outside of that,
what are just to give some teasers out there? What are maybe some projects that you're working on right now that you're really excited about?
Oh wow, yeah. So you actually early on you mentioned the volunteer program. That's something we're starting to put together now. Trying to help get high school kids their volunteer hours in a way that they might maybe enjoy more. I don't know. So in the future, we're going to definitely try to connect them with different avenues that they can enjoy getting their hours and supporting the community as well. That's one project. Another project is our basketball training program. So up until now, we were mostly doing it just like one-on-one sessions, one like coach to player. Now we're starting to put together like some small groups. I've hired on a group of coaches, taught them the way that the Elevate way of coaching, which kind of is more about almost being like an older sibling to them rather than just like a coach that tells them drills and stuff to do. There's a whole different way that we like to do things. So we're going to be starting up our basketball program the 27th of this month actually, which is something that I'm incredibly excited for because even though I don't play anymore, basketball is still a big passion of mine.
Absolutely.
What else can I say?
Can you still throw it down?
I can. I actually posted something not too long ago. I can still dunk a little bit.
Okay.
I still have a little bit of athleticism yet, even though I'm retired. I can still throw it down. Not like what I used to, but it's still there. So I'm still happy with that.
Okay. Some of the coaches, again, we mentioned Jalen earlier. Who are some other guys that are helping
Jalen Clark
teach the kids?
Yeah. So right now it's myself, Jalen Clark, and Liam Kelly. Over the summertime, because this is going to be a year-round thing that we're doing. Over the summertime, I'm going to try to connect with some of the Seahawks players, get them a summer job. Again, showing them this is how we like to do things. And basically the plan going in the future is actually I don't want to say this. So, I don't want to give away too much information.
Hold it.
But yeah, so right now we have 2 and myself, so 3 total.
And so real quick again, the inception of Elevate was just 2014.
The very start was 2014. Yeah.
Okay.
The clothing brand, as you know it, 2017.
2017.
Yep.
Because again, that's I'm just looking at it from a business perspective. If I wish I had the kind of like the vision or foresight to create my own brand at your age. I didn't do it until after I finished school.
Yep.
And I just got to say, like it seems like you are positioning yourself. Some people might want to go start a company like boom right away, but they'd be starting from scratch right after school. Yeah. So you've got something that you've been cultivating, soon you're just going to be able to go 100%.
Exactly. Yep.
So I mean, are you scared? Are you nervous about that?
No. Yeah. Because honestly, like I mentioned, I'm a part-time student, so honestly now I'm doing pretty much exactly what I would be, except sometimes I got to take some time for school. But outside of that, I'm pretty much doing the same things. Or I will be doing the same things even after I graduate. So no, I'm not really scared. I'm excited. That's definitely the word. I'm excited. Awesome. And you mentioned too that this has been something that I've been nurturing for a long time. So that takes a lot, I guess, pressure off because I know that when I graduate, it's going to be kind of what it is now, except it's going to be better. So
awesome. All right. Well, I got 3 fun questions for you now.
Let's go.
To close this one out.
Let's do it.
The first one, I'm just going to go over them real quick, and then I guess you can choose which one you go with. So,
okay.
First question is, what is your favorite thing about St. John's, this city?
Ooh.
Second question is, because you played college basketball as well.
Yep.
What was your favorite game, like actual on the hardwood? What was your favorite game in your career that you've played?
Okay.
And then the third question is, what has your favorite piece of clothing or apparel that you've released been your favorite product?
Nice. Wow. Wow.
If we got to remember those, I'll do my best.
All right, so you said the first thing, what's my favorite thing about St. John's?
Yeah.
I spoke about this earlier. Definitely the people. Amazing people here. I recommend anyone watching this that has never been to St. John's, you need to come here. It's amazing. Second question was...
your favorite
game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a tough one. There's so much about playing for the Seahawks that I loved. It was most of it was because, again, like the people, my teammates were unbelievable. But favorite game would probably be my playoffs in my last year, I would say. We made it to the semifinals, which was the first time it's been done in, I think it was like 14 years or something like that. Nice. So it was a pretty big accomplishment for the program in general. So that was really exciting to be able to share that with my brothers. And then your third question was my favorite product.
Yeah.
See, I don't have one because I love them all.
It's like kids, right?
Yeah, exactly. Let me, because I don't feel like I gave you enough of the answers. So let me think about how I could possibly.
What's the most recent release? What's the hottest?
The Windbreakers. The Windbreakers are very much the hottest product. I wish I wore one today. And that's something I'm very excited for that we're gonna expand on moving forward. Oh, even this one we're right now. This is dropping January 2020.
Oh, it's not out yet.
It's not out. It's not out yet. We're working on some new releases. So stay on the lookout for that.
Cool. So speaking of that now.
Yep.
Anyone who wants to connect with Austin Chambers, learn more about the brand, I guess, what's the website, and then what's the single one best way to get a hold of you?
Me personally. Get a hold of me personally.
Yes.
Okay. So the website, www.elevateathletics.ca. Single best way of getting a hold of me is through Instagram DMs. My username is Dedicated Austin. My DMs are always open as long as you're being respectful. But yeah, no, shoot me a DM. I'm open to talking to anybody.
Awesome. Nice. Well, thank you. That's all the time
for having me, man.
We have for today on Dream Chasers. But I should say, any closing remarks?
Closing remarks. Yeah, I mean,
maybe some wisdom.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna. This is kind of what Elevate's about, is spreading certain messages. You kind of mentioned. You asked me if I was afraid about the future with Elevate and stuff like that. And I think that's a big thing that a big issue that a lot of people run into, is that they'll have certain passions, but they'll be afraid to pursue them because, for a lot of reasons, afraid of failure, or, they might not think that they have what it takes, or they'll think that, it's so much work, it's risky. Mm-hmm. My advice to people in those positions would be, man, absolutely pursue your passion, because anything you're passionate about, you're always going to put forth your best effort, and it's not going to feel like work. You ask me, what do I do for fun? Elevate is my fun. I'm working on Elevate all the time. It gives me a higher chance of succeeding. So my recommendation to you, person listening to this, pursue your passion. You're going to work harder at it. You're going to enjoy it. It's not going to feel like work. That's it.
Boom. There you go. All right. Guys, thank you for tuning in to Dream Chasers, Interviews with the Future. We were joined today by Austin Chambers, CEO of Elevate.
It was a pleasure, man.
Thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you in the next episode. And remember, in all you think, say, and do, take it to the next level.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Thank you, Brandon.
Get the squad.
Yeah.